morning and hello, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Supermodel Racing Review and Forex Briefing for Thursday the 13th of April 2023. We've got some relatively big news to tell you shortly. Yesterday then, Wednesday the 12th, we were on Nottingham Flat 425. We were on this Annie Ayres Girl which came 6th at 22 to 1. We got 4 places at 7 to 4 approximately, £1.20 or 120 for us, and we also were on at just over 18 to 1, so we did slightly worse. It drifted slightly at about £2 plus, so we had £3.21 per £8 unit on there, £321 for us, and we got crashed and burned on that. The horse sort of, it was a pretty scrappy race, but our horse Ayres Girl made a bit of a move and then faded, so it was pretty stuffed, and the end result was the account came down a little bit on that basis, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Now we've been banging our heads together here with regards to the racing. We've got our dials, we had our dials sort of set for probably too far for risk return. The risk was too high with a high return, and yesterday we've been letting a lot of shorter price horses just go by that come in, and yesterday, I know this isn't any good to you now, but it's a mark of what we're going to do in the future. Yesterday we were on this Kempton 630, this Yanas, and if you want to look it up, this sort of fits the way we're going to be moving forward. So Kempton yesterday 630, it was a novice stakes, class 5 4-year-old plus 8 furlongs, model 95, number 2 Yanas. This one at evens, it was, you could get, we didn't quite get 15 to 8, but we got 6 to 4, and we had a £1.50 on 150 on at 6 to 4, so after all the deductions we made £222. And so that sort of buffered out the account a little bit. I know that won't have helped you, and I'm sorry for that. So the account came up to, came down a little bit, but it's at 63 units in profit overall from a peak of 74.5. So it's come down 11.5. So we're sort of drawing a line in the sand on that. We're moving our racing risk return dial right down, and we're going to bet in that manner going forward, and that may suit you, it may not. We expect the strike rate to be very high. Obviously the return's going to be a lot lower, but the losing run should be minimal. So that's what we're up to. Now today we've had a good look at it. We've had a good look at the racing, and there's not much doing. We've been right through it. You've got this Constitution Hill. We've had to stop ourselves laying that horse. Entry 330, number 1 Constitution Hill. It's 1 to 9, if not bigger. You can lay that horse all day. The horse is going up in distance half a mile. And in the old days we'd have probably had a go at, we're sort of marginal on that, but that's back to this high risk, high reward sort of scenario, and that may well be suitable. Constitution Hill has got about 20 odd pounds on the field in terms of official ratings, but the only chink is this extra half a mile, but the likelihood is at the pace it'll be able to just sit behind them and not burn out, so we'll probably give that a miss. What we're looking for is these very high quality horses. This Yanas, if you watch that the race previous to the one yesterday at one, you can see it's what's known in the trade, as far as we're concerned, as an A mover. It's got all the relevant characteristics, and it pretty much won as it liked. And if you could have got on a little bit better, we could have probably, if we'd woken up a little bit earlier to what we were doing, we could have probably got 7 to 4. all day on that horse, and 7 to 4 was an excellent price. 6 to 4 wasn't bad. So they're the sort of horses we're going to be looking for, and in certain cases we'll be having a dual approach. If we can use, if there's another one in there, better odds, we'll be using that approach as well. So anyway, we've been at this a fair amount of time. The account's been sort of up to about 70 odd units in profit numerous times, and it's too erratic for us at the moment, and presumably for you. So that's what we're doing. We're going to get wind the dial right down, and because our skills are, we say so ourselves, we can recognise these short price horses, and we've been avoiding them. So if that interests you, let us know in the comments. If you'd prefer us to stick to letting you know these other ones, then let us also know in the comments. But I know it's a balance, but at the moment that's what we're doing. So on the Forex front, you just had a relatively, the Fed's under the cosh for interest rates hikes because the economy's starting to go into recession and slowing. Likewise across the board, all the central bankers are starting to row back on rates. So we're looking at a slight peak in terminal rate on this. And yesterday, as we said, we managed to get a few bounce pips off the selling the euro dollar at or near its peak, which we talked about yesterday. So anyway, and today we'll just have to see how things going on. We can't really say at the moment, but we're looking at doing some sort of Forex videos where we can actually show some screens. As we've said before, we haven't forgotten about that, so watch this space. Anyway, so relatively large news on the racing. So anyway, drop us a line in the comments if you think it's a good idea for you or us, and we'll get back to you. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and goodbye.